All right. What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm streaming. I got another video for you. All right. Before we get into the actual stuff of this video, got a pretty good copy of Animal Farm here. If anybody wants to check this out, it's got Kelsey Grammer, Ian Holm, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and there's Patrick Stewart are the voices of some of the animals in it, and it's actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like the best. I mean, the animals mouth AI, I call it AI, but special effects aren't like top quality, but you know, with like Patrick Stewart in there and Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Patrick Stewart, it's pretty good watch. And I would say it's pretty good to show to kids too. I mean, if you don't know what Animal Farm is, basically it's a book that was written by George Orwell about how communism actually works. You know, about how once they get you in there, then basically the people that were telling you that we're all going to be equal then go above you and then demand that you worship them. So definitely give that a watch if you have time, or I would try the Film Rise Movies version. I don't know how long they're going to keep this one up here on YouTube. Hopefully a long time. All right. So let's get into this 1937 tax stamp issue that we're going to talk about. All right. Now, this is a big problem with, you know, a lot of conservatives, is that, I mean, we just went through the whole COVID thing and the whole thing with, oh, the government can't tell me what to do with my body and blah, 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 right? And then they turn right around and say, oh, the government can't tell you what to do with your body, actually. Oh, we forgot about COVID already. We forgot about it already, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We only remember things when they're convenient. Okay. So here, basically, before 1937, marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, was legal. And there were no regulations, no restrictions in the United States. So for all these people that claim, oh, I've never heard of a country where marijuana was legal and it was a good country, then you have to make the claim that America before 1937 was a failed nation. Are you prepared to make that claim? Are you prepared to make the claim that before 1937, the United States was a failed nation? No, you're not. You're not. Because your whole thing is how America is the greatest country in the world. All right. The Marijuana Tax Act of 1937, enacted August 2nd, 1937, was a United States act that placed a tax on the sale of cannabis. It was the first national regulation on cannabis in the United States. House Resolution 6385 Act was drafted by Harry Anslinger and introduced by Representative Robert L. Doughton of North Carolina on April 14th, 1937. The 75th United States Congress held hearings on April 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and May 4th, 1937. Okay. Now we're going to get into how it was overturned, right? Because this is, all right. Leary versus the United States. 39 U.S. Code 6, 1969, is a U.S. Supreme Court case dealing with the constitutionality of the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. Timothy Leary, a professor and activist, was arrested for the possession of marijuana in violation of the Marijuana Tax Act. Leary challenged the act on the grounds that it required self-incrimination, which violated the Fifth Amendment. The unanimous opinion of the court was penned by Justice John Marshall Harlan II and declared the Marijuana Tax Act unconstitutional because of the fact that it required self-incrimination, violating your Fifth Amendment rights. So we can see that the government is violating every single person that has to register for any type of way that they receive marijuana, right? Is they're self-incriminating themselves because it's still federally illegal, violating their own Fifth Amendment rights in order for them to get medication. And I'm not saying it's a medication for everybody, but it is medication for a lot of people. And you can pull up all the doctors you want, because I got plenty of doctors too. Thus, Leary's conviction was overturned. Congress responded shortly thereafter by replacing the Marijuana Tax Act with a newly written Controlled Substances Act while continuing the prohibition of certain drugs in the United States. So basically, they will just come back with some bullshit. And we can see this. This is repeating now. This is repeating. History is repeating. They get everybody to register with the government, and then they change the law again to make it illegal again. Right? It's a Controlled Substance Act. Okay. So the Controlled Substance Act not only combined existing federal drug laws and expanded their scope, but also changed the nature of federal drug law policies and expanded federal law enforcement pertaining to controlled substances. Title II, Part F of the Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act of 1970 established the National Commission on Marijuana and Drug Abuse, known as the Schaefer Commission, after its chairman, Raymond P. Schaefer, to study cannabis abuse in the United States. During his presentation of the Commission's first report to Congress, Sonnenreich and Schaefer recommended the decriminalization of marijuana in small amounts, with Schaefer stating, "The criminal law is too harsh a tool to apply to personal possession, even in the effort to discourage use. It implies an overwhelming indictment of the behavior, which we believe is not appropriate. The actual and potential harm of use of the drug is not great enough to justify intrusion by the criminal law into private behavior, a step in which our society takes only with the greatest reluctance." Okay, so that was what the first guy said when he studied marijuana, after they pulled the BS of just creating a fake agency that has no constitutional basis to just do whatever it wants. Right? And then this is the worst part, is the Leary versus the U.S. government, right? Because you can't even talk about it. You can't even defend yourself. So a million people can come online and say, "Oh, I've got a doctor doing this, and I got this, and I got that, and I got all this evidence." But you can't even talk about it because you'll incriminate yourself. Violating your own rights by making you register with the government, and then they just change the law to make you a criminal again. Right? And then, there's no country with it. Okay, here we go. Anyway, here's the overall education rankings. We're not going by the USN because that's a US news, right? So the United States' own ranking that it created put itself in first. Wow, that's not biased, right? Because in the global education ranking, we're actually 31st, and the Netherlands is third, right? Globally, not the one that we made up. Yeah, the one that we made up, we're first. And still, the fact that they're 11th, I thought no nation could exist with that being legal. Oh, you wouldn't visit the Netherlands? You wouldn't go to the Van Gogh Museum? Horrible, right? Yeah, horrible country, horrible place to live. The tulips everywhere, and windmills and beautiful landscapes. I would never visit. It's a crackhead country. All right. Oh, let's check the literacy rate. Because you can't read. What are they, like 2 above? They're like 2 below the U.S. United States, Japan, Germany, Netherlands, right? Both countries have a 99% literacy rate. Both countries. The United States and the Netherlands, 99% total population literacy rate. Right? And either way you look at it, even if you look at our fake one where we put ourselves on the top, they're above South Korea. They're above South Korea. They're above China, Singapore. All drugs are illegal. How come the Netherlands is more educated then? How come the Netherlands is more educated than China, more educated than Russia, more educated than Israel, more educated than Saudi Arabia, Czech Republic, South Africa? I mean, they're at the top of the list, basically. Either way you look at it, they're like basically at the top of the list of both lists. So you got no argument there either. None. Nothing. You have no argument. Right? It's unconstitutional. By making people register, you're making them self-incriminate themselves and violate their Fifth Amendment rights, which was deemed unconstitutional already. And then you'll just say, oh, but you're a drug addict, so we don't have to listen to you. Even if you're making logical points, pointing out facts of law, you'll just go drug addict, like, because you're programmed, you just have a program, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do is just run the program, like the conservative program. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No taxes. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Drugs are bad. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Donate to me though, because I'm better than you. But you have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But me, just send me a super chat. Okay, so we can see that this is exactly what they were planning all along. To get everybody to register and then change law. And it's completely unconstitutional. That's why they had the fact that the Controlled Substances Act exists proves that making someone register is still unconstitutional, because this exists. Because the reason this exists is because they try to do it the other way, where they made you self-incriminate, and it was deemed unconstitutional. Oh, but my body, my choice. Oh, you can't. The government can't tell me what to do with my body. Yeah, exactly. You guys are full of it. Oh, but no, in this special case, though, Oh, maybe I should vote for Democrats this time. Hopefully we'll get another COVID lockdown. Yeah, that would be great. We can do another COVID lockdown. Swine flu, maybe. I'll be right out there making sure that you're locked in your house the whole time and you have to take the shot. Like, no, everyone has to take the shot this time. Everyone. Oh, my body, my choice. Oh, the government can't tell me what to do with my body. The government can't tell me what to do with I will be out there with a sign. Like, yeah, make them all take the shot. All of them. Every single one of them. Round them up. Round them up. Put them in a cage. Make them take the shot. Why? Because I don't care about them. They're not me. Yeah, exactly. No arguments, just authoritarianism, because you don't have an argument. Then you're just going to pull out the police and pull out guns and tell me what to do. Exactly. No argument. The courts have even said that it's bullshit. The fact that the Controlled Substance Acts exist proves that it's bullshit. The fact that Holland is one of the most educated countries in the world proves that it's bullshit. So you can keep spewing bullshit, but the fact of the matter is, the truth is that it's bullshit. And I have proven it here. It's proven. Making people register is unconstitutional. Saying that it's going to destroy the country is something that only an artard would say, because then you would have to, A, claim that America was a failed country before 1937, and B, you'd have to make the claim that Holland or the Netherlands is a failed country. And you can't do that, can you? Exactly. So that's the video for now. I might come back with some different topics later, but it doesn't matter because I only get 2 views. I'm shadow banned, and it's authoritarianism. That's what authoritarianism is. You're shadow banning me, and then you're allowing other people to speak against me. And even though I'm 100% factually correct, I don't get to speak. And they get millions of views speaking against me. It's complete trash. You have no grounds. Your only grounds are bullshit. Bullshit and guns. So, yeah, that's the video.